What's going on, Jeromes? Beautiful. What day is it? It's Thursday? Sure. Birds chirping and stuff. Vikings have an off day today, but it's time for some Q&A. Thank you, everyone who submitted questions. Periodically, we'll toss something out in the community tab and ask for questions. Ooh. So we're thinking about live streaming the 3 preseason games. Now, regular season, like watching the game, solitude, eating like 9 bowls of chili. Can't really do that on live stream. Although, I don't know, people like mukbang videos, right? Don't look that up because you might misspell it and come up with something different. Anyways, but yeah, we're probably going to live stream the 3 preseason games on set. By the way, how the Vikings get 3 Saturday preseason games, it's really putting a crimp into my social agenda, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Anyways, Q&A first up is from Fullback Dive. Favorite play. Do you see Ed Ingram getting any reps at center? I thought when he came out of LSU at only 6'3", but really strong with a good anchor, he'd make a much better center than guard at this level. So if he loses out to Dalton Reisner, should start working him in. Nah, I don't see it. So got to pull something up. Because, so Ed Ingram, Ingram didn't have any center snaps at LSU. Obviously hasn't had any with the Vikings. And in terms of, I didn't bring that up. But in terms of center, I think the Vikings feel pretty good about what they have. So it's been Diamond Dan Feeney, been the backup center. Also, Michael Juergens, coming out of 7th round pick out of Wake Forest, has been working in 3rd-team center, got some 2nd-team center run this week as well. So I think they like his future there. And with Ed, I mean, even if he loses a spot, like he can be a competent backup, right? And also, maybe this could be a great learning experience where the Vikings were hoping that Ingram, 2nd round pick in 2022, would start to grow and show rookie year. Not great. Last year he did improve, but we need to speed up that improvement and go from there, man. But I think that if he loses out, I think he'll just stick at guard. Maybe they'll get him some more snaps at left guard so he can be the swing backup guard. He did play left and right guard at LSU, so yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Next, JS Strength. Besides McCarthy, who's the player whose potential breakout would most help the team over the next 2 to 3 years? Jaquelin Roy. Now, this might just be my LSU bias. Skull SU, but Jaquelin Roy can be a bad dude in the best possible way. So he was raw coming out of LSU, but man size, upper body strength, and need to work on the lower, but a great first step, could blow up a gap, could two gap a little bit as a pass rushing nose tackle. So I'm a Jaquelin Roy on that defensive line. Like if he is able to get things going, that solves a lot of issues. And because the 3 starters penciled in right now, Phillips, Bullard, as well as Jerry Tillery, not really about that pass rush life. I mean, Tillery a little bit, but no one can come out there and just singularly blow up a gap. And being able to get a pass rush on the inside, meaning that Flores doesn't have to blitz 5 or 6 consistently, that's going to be a great equalizer. And Jaquelin, so far, running with the 1s and the 2s, been looking really damn good, getting some things going. Would have had a couple of sacks if this was a live session. So, yeah, I think that maybe it's 93. Maybe after Jaquelin Roy becomes a Hall of Famer, by the way, Kevin Williams should be in, let's just retire 93. There's so many numbers we have to retire that we're going to run out of digits. NFL's going to have to start allowing triple digits. I want to be the first 100 player. Yeah. Next, Ian F. With 2025 being the start of our assumed all-in RN timeline, how many games do you want J.J. McCarthy to play this year just to get him some live game reps? 17. I've thought about it. I don't think that Darnold is it right now. And I think McCarthy has exceeded expectations. I would not be shocked if he forces O'Connell's hand and he's just been that good and that consistent, especially once he gets some run with the 1s consistently. I think that he could show that he's just a better quarterback than Sam Darnold right now and would be the better option. So may as well kickstart my heart and absorb that competitive advantage of your starter being on his rookie deal. I feel like getting some actual game rep. So, yes, I think we're approaching the point where McCarthy could start. Now, we need to see it joint practice as well as in preseason games, but I think that we will. I really do think that we will. Next, Drew Smith. What do you think Booth, I assume that's Andrew Booth Jr., although I would love to have Mike Boone back. Lewis Seen could fetch on the trade market. Any chance one or both of them could be included in a deal for Tariq Woolen? Now, I think that even though Seattle obviously had their differences with Tariq Woolen right now. I mean, Reek just got in a fight with DK Metcalf this week. Of course, he was benched several times last year. New regime with McDonald, so TBD there. But I think that Woolen, he has enough potential, as evidenced by him making the Pro Bowl as a rookie in 2022 as a fifth rounder. I don't think that he would be just given away. I think that it would take some decent draft capital to obtain him, because even though a new coaching staff is in there, I mean, John Schneider's still the GM, and Schneider was the one that drafted him. So I don't think he's just going to give up on him all willy-nilly. But in terms of Cine or Booth, I don't think you're going to get much. I think maybe you get a late round pick swap conditionally. So you would get the other team 6, and you would send Cine or Booth and a 7th. I think that's where we're currently at. And also, so Booth, his contract, there's some guaranteed money on his base salary this year, but basically no muss, no fuss. Cine, the final 2 years of his rookie deal are fully guaranteed. So that's going to be like $5, $6, $7 million dead against the cap. So there's decisions that got to be made, but yeah, I don't think that you're going to begin a ton of trade. Although, hey, if you pay the bulk of Cine's remaining contract, maybe Howie Roseman, Howard, who loves those Georgia defenders, maybe you can get a 5th. Maybe, but probably not. Lastly, Nick H., are you concerned that we haven't gone after one of the better free agent cornerbacks yet? So talk about Stephon Gilmore, J.C. Jackson, trading for Reek, or trading for Marshawn Lattimore. Or do you think Kwesi is possibly thinking ahead and doesn't want to go all in on the season, given so many unknowns with this year's team? I don't think it's that. I think it's more Flo and Durante. They want some time to see what they have in-house. Now, I actually kind of like the moves that Kwesi has made. Duke Shelley, obviously. Hello. Bobby McCain, not really an outside corner, more of a slot and safety guy. And Flores has said that he's going to begin at safety, but could branch out. Jacoby Francis, more of a camp body, but it's good to kick the tires. And Fabian Moreau, like we said, initially I was just sort of whatever on Moreau, but then you realize he's a competent press man cover corner, and he's been slightly above average wherever he's gone. And everywhere he's gone, he started, even though this is his 5th team in 5 years. So I actually don't mind that as a fallback Alamo option. But ideally, Evans, Shelley, McLaughlin, Jay Ward, who they moved from safety to corner, played some corner at LSU. Skull SU. Or hell, maybe even Booth Jr. or AJ Green or whatever. It's like someone steps up on the outside and then go from there. But I do think that they do have the nuclear option. If things don't work out, maybe they do trade for Marshawn Lattimore. Maybe they do make a move on Stephon Gilmore. Who knows at that point. But that's it. Q&A for this beautiful Thursday. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull Production Value.